I want to talk about letting go. Letting go of your past, letting go of your friends, because that happens. Um, letting go of loved ones. Not all the time, but, well, in time, everyone. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Um, I've had a lot of people come through my life like a not a revolving door, because that makes it sound like the friendships don't really last so long. But these people, they come and they go because they've got their own lives as well, and they've got to do what's best for them or whatever they think is best for them, and that's fine. Um, but it can be a really hard thing to do, and it's not like you lose them. You can always message them and check in on how they're going. You might see them every now and then, but a lot of the time, the majority of the time, if you're not really close with that person and you're not putting in that effort, um, well, not every day, but if you're not checking up on them frequently enough, it can be really hard to maintain that friendship if if they've moved away. Um, I one of my best friends, I only knew him. Well, I still know him. I'm still in contact, but yeah, he lived across the road, and we hung out for like over a year and a half, almost. Oh yeah, about a year and a half, and we would spend fucking every day just like smoking mixes, hanging out, fucking being derelicts, going out. Um, and I really looked up to him. He was like an older brother to me. He was a few years older than me, and he felt like family to me. But he had his own shit going on. Especially later down the track after that first year or so, he had a lot of life stuff come up, and it wasn't the friendship it used to be, and that just caused that kind of not it's a bit of a disconnect, and I guess in some ways that made it easier to let go, but in other ways it made it harder because I didn't get to see him at his full self. But essentially, what I'm kind of trying to say is that you will build these really strong connections with these people, and you'll they'll fade. It's fine, but they'll fade. But you'll make new connections, and that's what you've really got to fucking keep in mind. Because if you're putting yourself out there enough, then you will meet new people. You will meet interesting people, people that you want to spend time with, genuine people. Make sure you surround yourself with genuine people. And you'll forge new connections, and they might be stronger than the last. They'll be different, and those connections might last longer. And then in terms of letting go of the past, I'm not sure if I wrapped up the last thing, but just letting go of the past. I want to start on that. I don't have the greatest family history. I'm not trying to be like poor me, but my dad was out of the picture when I was 5. I met him once when I was 13. He gave me a fucking pack of smokes and sent me. He was off on his way. It was a half an hour interaction, and I brought my best friend, one of them, and yeah, it was a funky time. He bought us burgers. It was pretty cool. But my dad wasn't in the picture, and especially when I was younger, 13, 14, I just felt like there was a piece missing, and that piece was not having a father figure in my life. But what I've come to realize now is that he wasn't a good father figure. He wasn't really a good man, gambling, the rest. Not that there's anything wrong with people get caught up, but he wasn't a very good person. And I kind of had to allow myself to live with the fact that I grew up without a dad, and that's alright because I can strive to be a better person. You build off these things, you build off your past. You don't try and hold yourself down. Like I don't go around being like I'm not going to be able to fully do my like life because I didn't have a dad. And I feel like letting go of the past, it in a lot of times, like that past will never fully leave you, but a lot of the time it's healthier to let go of it, and or build off what you've learned from having uh, your past, because there's always something you can learn from your past. You know, you think about a memory you haven't thought about, and you go, "Fuck, I could have done that differently," or that's how I would do things now. Um, but yeah, you can't just let these things hang over your head. You know, you can't let them just. I'm trying to think of the word for it. I think you get the idea. They slow you down, and they can turn you into more like a negative person. I feel, at least. I'm just some fucking crazy 18-year-old rambling to a screen, but I'm doing it. Yeah, I didn't have a very good relationship with my mum, and I'm trying to let go of that fact now. And I've had a few different things happen, and I've managed to put them behind me for the most part, and I'm a much happier person. I mean, I'm not happy, but I'm happier than what I used to be. Uh, yeah, like of the past, it will fucking it'll be hard, but it'll be worth it. That's all I gotta say. It's my 10 cents.